Imagine winning the most prestigious award in your industry. The lights are bright and the applause is deafening. For Anne Hathaway, the 2013 Academy Awards should have been the ultimate victory. She had just won Best Supporting Actress for her raw performance in Les Miserables. But as she stepped off that stage, the world outside was already turning. What should have been her happiest night instantly transformed into a digital nightmare. A massive, coordinated wave of online vitriol began to surge across the internet. It was a phenomenon that would eventually be dubbed Hathahate. Suddenly, her talent and her passion were being weaponized against her. The very success she worked for became the catalyst for a global campaign of bullying. The discovery of this hatred happened by pure accident. Anne was in a creative headspace, working on a comedy sketch for a project. She was casually searching Google for celebrity pregnancy rumors to find inspiration. Instead of light-hearted gossip, she stumbled upon something that stopped her heart. A headline appeared on her screen that was both viral and vicious. It was an article simply titled, "Why Does Everybody Hate Anne Hathaway?" The words hit her with the force of a physical blow. She wasn't looking for critics, but the internet forced them into her view. Reading those words, she felt the collective weight of millions of strangers judging her character. It was a moment of profound isolation in the midst of her greatest professional achievement. Years later, Anne sat down for an interview on the Ellen DeGeneres show. She chose to be vulnerable and open about the scars that period left behind. She didn't just talk about the mean comments. She talked about the internal damage. Anne admitted to Ellen that the words hurt so deeply because a part of her agreed with them. She explained a vital truth about human psychology and self-perception. If you do not truly love yourself, you are defenseless against the world's cruelty. She realized that she had been listening to the critics because she hadn't found her own worth yet. Without a foundation of self-love, every negative comment feels like a confirmed truth. She had to learn that the internet's reflection of her was not her actual identity. It was a breakthrough born from the most public form of rejection imaginable. In the aftermath of the storm, Anne made a conscious choice to retreat. She stepped back from the relentless glare of the Hollywood spotlight. During this time, she leaned on the wisdom of her peers and friends. Her Interstellar co-star, Matthew McConaughey, gave her a simple but profound piece of advice. He told her to just keep living. Those 3 words became a mantra for her recovery and her path forward. She stopped trying to please a public that seemed determined to misunderstand her. She focused on her craft, her family, and the slow process of rebuilding her confidence. She learned to validate herself from the inside out rather than seeking it from the headlines. Away from the judgment of Hollywood, she finally found the piece she had been missing. Looking back today, the narrative surrounding Anne Hathaway has completely shifted. Time has proven that she was never the villain the internet tried to create. The public has finally begun to recognize how unfairly she was treated during that era. Her story stands as a classic, cautionary example of Hollywood's toxic culture towards successful women. It highlights a pattern of building women up only to take pleasure in tearing them down. Anne Hathaway survived the peak of online toxicity and came out stronger on the other side. She transformed a period of public shaming into a lesson on the necessity of self-compassion. Her journey serves as a reminder that external praise and external hate are both fleeting. What remains is the quiet strength of knowing who you are when the cameras are off. Anne Hathaway didn't just keep living, she flourished, leaving the hate far behind in the past.